Hi, good afternoon everyone. I hope you're alright. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed CJ's video the other week. Oh, that was gorgeous, wasn't it? He was off college, so I thought, oh, what am I going to do? And then I realised, oh, he's perfectly capable of cranking a machine. He can make a hat and I'll just finish it off for him. So that was really, really nice, and I really enjoyed all your very positive comments. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, there's his hat. I forgot to send it in with him today at the day centre. So all I did there is just taper the edge. Very similar to one of my recent videos. I mentioned what I did with the red variegated hat. So I just did the same thing there. And I eat my words about rolled brim, because that is a rolled brim. After first of all trying a crocheted edge, like on this one, which worked. I don't know if that's because this was a chunky yarn. Don't use chunky yarn on Addi's, please. And this is a worsted. It was just too tight. And then I tried, increasing the stitches for the side to do a crocheted edge. And it ended up just looking like a standard deviation curve. So in the end I just thought, no, just frog it back to where it was. Just fasten it off as you do normally when you take it off the Addi end. It was a rolled brim and that's that. Actually, he suits it, doesn't he? As you saw in the end of the last video. But that got me thinking, if I can't put a crocheted edge on a worsted weight hat, what am I going to do? And maybe it was just me in that one-off moment, I don't know, but never mind. So I thought, well, how about doing it the other way? How about knitting rib, finding your gauge, knitting a ribbed border, and then putting it on the needles of the Addi? I thought you must be able to do it, especially as using the same principle as Susie Notting's video of hooking the brim of the hat up on the needles, would do it that way. So I was thinking Jack was feeling rather lonely without a hat. As you can see there, he's bald at the moment. And I thought, okay, let's measure him and do the gauge. And so, actually my gauge, surprisingly enough for this worsted yarn, it's Red Heart, it's exactly what it says on the packet. So I use 5mm needles, and although the gauge come out as suggested I do 95 stitches, I thought, well, 92 is just double 46, which is the size of the needles on the Addi. Let's just do 92, given the fact that yarn stretches. So I did 92, and then the final row I actually went up to a 6mm needle and knit two together, purl two together all the way around to maintain the ribbed border. And then I knitted the rest of it on the Addi. I put it on that way and it actually worked really well. And then I did a drawstring edge because by then I'd had enough. And this is the result. So it's not too much sticky outy, is it? Doesn't look like a standard deviation curve. It's not that bad. Drawstring head, and we'll put it on Jack. See how he likes it. Too many rows at the top there, never mind. It's a bit of a slouchy. There we go, Jack, how's that? So how's that look? Just above his ears. But it fits him okay, doesn't it? So I suppose you could do a hat in reverse if you really wanted to. But yeah, you've got to bear in mind you're suddenly reducing to 46 needles. So you've got to work it out that way, what you're going to do. Yes. Yeah, because I tried it the other way. I tried doing a rib the other way, and it was just rigid. So no, I thought I'll do the rib first, so I know it stretches, then I'll put it on the Addi, and let it do the rest. That seemed to work. Last week I mentioned I had a little scarf on the baby Addi, and although I've got it off, I haven't actually done anything with it yet. But I'll show you what I've done with it so far. So that's pink, black, lilac, black, pink, and basically it's just that all the way along. And you can see me ravel cords at either end. So I am going to finish it off. I've got an idea of what to do. I've just seen a video, which is surprising, because I was thinking, how am I going to finish this off? And then this video just appeared to me in my recommended watch list. I thought, oh, that's interesting. I think I'll try that. So I'll try that and I'll show you it next time. Does that look like a rose to you? Let's get it angled in the camera better. That's a bit of yarn sticking up, don't worry. And that's the Addi needle. I crocheted this yesterday. It's to go on the thing I can't show you yet. Largely because I haven't sent it to the person yet, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew in the little ends. I'm going to do a little video clip on it and just save it till the recipient has got it, and then I will incorporate it in a future video, perhaps next week, hopefully. But anyway, it's to go on there. And all I did, actually, it was on the YouTube video, it said chain 60, was it half double crochet she did? Or was it double? No, double crochet all the way across the top, and then it was scallops, and then you rolled it in on itself and then sewed the bottom. Well, I didn't want it that big, I didn't need it that big, so I just did 30, and in fact I didn't even do chains, I did a foundation double crochet strip, so I missed out a step really, and then I did the scallops and it works out fine. So, and that's the result. It's cute, isn't it? And that is like that's Karen Simply Soft, and it's like a peach colour. I can't remember the exact name, but I know that rose. I was thinking of putting a button there as per, I was going to say as per the picture, but it was a different flower. I just found the pattern for this one. And you know, I don't have that many buttons actually, but I put, see that's a sweetie jar. My son got me these sweets for Christmas, my younger son. They were like jelly type sweets, you know, like Haribo's. And out of all of them buttons, I only found a few that may be suitable. First of all, I don't have like a pearl type, and I was going to look for a pearl type. First of all, I thought that, nah, it's the wrong colour. This is the colour I was considering, but then at the end I thought, like, this is a brown. And brown does actually go better. I looked at all the other colours, I looked at very similar colours to this, I looked at pink. Nah. But brown seems to be the one that seems to be better. However, I don't even know whether no button is better. I'm carefully moving it around, I don't just plop out. So there's that one. That actually looked alright through the computer screen. And I'm just on its own. What do you reckon? I don't know. I need a cup of tea. Somebody be a darling and make me a cup of tea. Oh yeah. Pam requested that, Pam Luma, she requested that I show you all, really, my Pom Pom that I haven't actually made, the Pom Pom maker. Because like her, I had the 2 circle ones. Yeah, sorry, there's a photo of me with them on my eye. I was thinking, oh, eye mask. Because I found them very, very difficult, the round circle ones, to work. Because to me, I like to be able to use, say, something like this, or like a fresh skein of yarn, and then just wrap it round. But you can't do that with a hole that's maybe that big or that big or that big. You need to be able to pass it through the size holes. And the only way I could think of doing it was like on a needle, and then do it that way, which was really quite annoying. I thought, well, how much yarn will you need? How do you, oh. So I couldn't be doing with that, and I found it just difficult to use anyway. So I put them on my eyes. I had a crazy photo moment. No, I didn't Instagram it. And what I got instead was these, a pack of these. There's the back of it. But I've seen a tutorial on YouTube, and it's by Darice, but this one's a different make. And if you've seen these instructions, look at instruction 5 to 6. Well, how on earth do you get it from 5 to 6? It doesn't tell you what to do in between. That's kind of useless to me. So luckily for that video on YouTube, where it's a Darice Pom Pom loom, she shows you perfectly. Apparently what you do is, where do you start? You hook it round that way, and then round and through, or whichever way you start, and then go all the way around there. And once you've done that, you snip along here. No, you don't. You unfasten it at the bottom there, and tie it tight. Then you snip along here, and it pops off. I thought, oh right, that's really interesting. So why on earth do these open like this? That doesn't make sense to me, but there must be a reason for it. It's not on the instructions there. Maybe it's available on a different YouTube video. I don't know. But it'd be interesting to give these a go, and I'll be more comfortable being able to wrap something round. So rather than just trying to feed it through a hole. Yeah, so I think I will give them a go at some point. So apart from, I can't really categorise that as a, you know, these, everybody's doing like these non-essential yarn facilitators. Sorry, I don't know what to call them. Yarn accessories, that's it. I don't really have that many. Non-essential. Well, I wouldn't say my little notebook is non-essential, because I just write all kinds of stuff in there. Yeah, that's blank. Trust me to open on a blank page. Just like little ticks and whatnot. But that's not non-essential. This is how I would normally work, but in all honesty, I really picked up, I made some notes for different things. I haven't picked up this in weeks because on my iPod, first of all, it was my iPod at first. It was this app called, what's it called? Knitting Core Lite, but there doesn't seem to be a full version. And it has project counters, as you can see, knit, cane and scarf, but I haven't used that in a long while. So it has the plus, and if you want to frog it, there's the word frog down there. So you just go back to the beginning. But you can only put one counter on that, and there doesn't seem to be a full version. But I found another free one on my Android, which is called, let me find it. Oh, it's just called Knitting Row Counter. And you can have several projects on. So that first one says sock. That's when I did the Addi sock. Pineapple scarf. I've finished with that now. I can delete it. K&N scarf. That's what I'm working on at the moment. You know, the James C. Brett Moonlight Sonata one. What's front left? Oh yeah, that's the jacket I was starting on again. Oh, and I can delete that bottom one. I've done that now. But yeah, you can do many different projects on that. The only thing is I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, I know it said repeat, but I actually have been inputting that number myself. Every time I've done a pattern repeat, I've been upping the number. But there's supposed to be a bit where you can, I don't know how it works actually. I thought every time it reached your pattern repeat, it would increase the number itself or something like that. But I'm using it to the best of my ability anyway in understanding what it's all about. And it's serving me fine. It's an improvement on the iPod app that I had. So that's good. The other non-essential thing, which I absolutely love, and one of them is around a pattern at the moment. Here's one of them. This one's the shorter one. It's a magnetic place marker. So basically you put it on your marker, your pattern, and the magnetic strips hold it in place, and you move it up or down. And the longer one's on a pattern at the moment. Now I got them free with a knitting magazine. I can't remember what it was called, but I only bought it for these, and it was well worth it in that case. But yeah, I'm so glad I got them. That is absolutely fantastic. I think I fixed my Addi squeak. Listen to this. Right, there it is. There's a baby. Squeak. And I used some silicone spray I got from what's it called? Brendan's. It's a sewing machine shop in town. I've never been in there before, but it's like you go in there and it's full with things. It's not all brand new. There's some used machines, but there's just loads of stuff in there. And your eyes are just all over the place. You can't settle anywhere because, and you know what I saw? I saw a machine cover, plastic cover, and I said, I'm pretty sure that's a New Home because my mum has one, a New Home sewing machine, and whenever I needed to borrow the sewing machine, I borrowed her New Home. And then I've got my own Janome now, which is in the cupboard there. But yeah, I could have sworn that was a New Home, but it was just so busy in that shop with loads of stuff from floor to ceiling. Anyway, I told them what I wanted and what I wanted it for, and they gave me that. No, they sold me that. So what did I do with the Addi? There's two things I actually wanted to do. And I do wonder if I caused the squeak in the first place. Because within minutes of trying to use chunky yarn on it, when Addi King struggled with that, I thought I'd be able to get away with doing a scarf since I did a hat. And the needle broke. So as per the video that's on YouTube, I took it apart and replaced the needle. And it squeaked, but I don't know whether I caused that squeak or whether it was already a squeaky one. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to figure out where to put this spray, because I don't want to take the handle off unless I can do something on the inside. I don't even know whether it is the handle. So as per the video again, I took it apart, and I also made sure to have a permanent marker with me to mark the first point of the first black needle. So just in case if any of the needles fell out when I was taking it apart to repair, I'd know exactly what was position 1, because once you get that red guide out, the needles aren't positioned in any particular point, but they're not numbered. I mean, they are positioned, but they're not numbered. So if you to drop it or something and your needles go all over the floor, you don't know where position 1 is, and that's very important for the row counter. So I marked that, but what I did, I took the first black bit off as per the video. Now, I can't really describe it, but if you look at the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's 3 parts that come off. The first part, which was the outer black bit, and I turned the handle and it squeaked. Next came off was the red needle. I'm going to call it a needle bed because they sit within there, don't they, the needles. And I turned the handle and it didn't squeak. I thought, well, that's interesting. So I put the red circular thing in my yarn bowl, and I just sprayed it inside the yarn bowl, flipped it over, sprayed it there, and just left it for a bit. And then I took the inner black bit out and turned it, and it still didn't squeak. So I removed the first black needle just to mark behind it and put it back. And then I put the other bits back, one by one. Just dried off the red guide. When I put that back, turned the handle, it didn't squeak. Oh, fingers crossed I've done it. Or maybe I've just put it back properly and I didn't put it back properly the first time. I don't know. But it seems to be okay. I've had a lot of roadworks here lately, which has caused a backlog of traffic past our house, akin to rush hour traffic, which you normally see in the mornings. It's like a tailback. But this was going on all day, and it started Saturday, 2 days earlier than scheduled. Well, now there's like traffic problems up near, traffic works going up near Christopher's College. I think they were putting in a roundabout there. Now, I didn't actually experience it normal time on Monday because CJ's car wouldn't start, so I had to call out the RAC. So I was an hour later than normal. But it'll be very interesting to see if there's much hold up the normal time I go. So I thought, in case it's going to really seriously delay me, I listen to the tom-tom this time, and instead of going left on this particular road I normally do, I'll go right like it tells me to. Because I know it's going to take me over the hills again, but we'll just get to where I normally go a different way. I won't be going that way again, will I? Because once I turned off the main road, it was a single carriageway country road, which means you have to snug into passing points to let vehicles past, depending on whose side the passing point is on. Now, these particular country roads, because of all the recent rainfall and because these are accessed by tractors going into fields, it was very, very muddy. And because tractor wheels are very big and very wide apart, it tended to be down the sides and not in the middle. And it wasn't long before I encountered, well, 2 cars coming the other way, which I always curse when I see it. Oh. So really it was up to me to reverse to the nearest passing point, because I knew where there was one. I was always aware of them on my side, and there wasn't any near them. So I went back a bit, I snugged into the side as far as I could, and I was in basically mud. And there was a woman in the front car, the small front car, and she wouldn't budge. And I thought, there's plenty of space there. Just go. Well, she was like, through the window. And I thought, I'm not budging. I'm already in the mud. I'm already snugged up as far as I can. I'm not going back any further, risking somebody else coming the other way and then causing problems that way as well. She can go past. There is plenty of space. So reluctantly, she went past. And yeah, there was plenty of space because our wing mirrors passed. No problem. And then the fella in the small white car behind him, he passed no problem as well. In fact, he went a bit faster. But while he went past, he looked at me as if to say, I don't know what her problem was. Well, I do. You know what it was? She didn't want to go in the mud on the other side. Oh, boo-hoo! I had to. Oh my God, you travel on these very narrow country roads. You've got to expect mud. There are tractors around. They go in the fields. The fields get wet. They bring them out on the big wheels. You're going to get muddy if you go that way. Silly woman. Anyway, that was my little rant over. Something funny happened. Right, okay. You know Pamela Loomer's doing this, like, RAK. I didn't want to read that word out full, because that doesn't sound right. Well, I participated in something similar on Facebook where you pay it forward to 5 people. So somebody who I replied to their post saying, I'm in. So they at some point are going to send me something. And I thought they already had last Tuesday. And this box came. It was like so deep and so wide and so high in brown paper. And I opened it and it was a box of chocolate liqueurs. I don't really drink that much alcohol. I don't like mucky beer, mucky lager. I certainly don't like whiskey or brandy. I like sweet stuff. So if I have wine, it's like 25% wine and 75% lemonade. And chocolate liqueurs, no. And in fact, I don't even like plain chocolate other than After Eights or Terry's chocolate orange. It has to be milk chocolate. And even then it can't be coffee chocolates. So chocolate liqueurs, so I put this like ambiguous status on Facebook. Thank you for the liqueur chocolates. And I think this was last Tuesday, last week. And I left it. And I thought, oh, it's a shame it's the half term, because CJ's at home during half term, apart from at the day centre. And I had to miss my knitting group, because I thought, I'll take the box of chocolates in to the ladies and share them out, but I just won't take any, and they'll eat them hopefully. Luckily that never happened. Anyway, so as was happening all last week, I was ordering a few small things off eBay, and I was marking the items down as they came, and this thing hadn't come, and it was due 20th to the 21st. And it was yesterday, and I thought, it hasn't come yet. That's odd, because it said it had been dispatched on the 14th. So sent second class Royal Mail. It should be here by now. So I obviously didn't do any feedback, because it's not fair. You've got to give the seller a chance to rectify any possible problems. And I emailed them, and I said, may I ask when you sent it and how? And they said, oh, we sent it off on the 14th. You should have it by now. Can you check with neighbours? But Royal Mail won't look into it until after 15 days. And then they described the box and the packaging it came in. They put it in a chocolate liqueur box. So I had it all along. And I just never opened it because I thought they were chocolate liqueurs from the pay forward thing. How dumb. And so I actually looked in the box and thought, yes, of course, it's the item from eBay. I'm a nutter. Has that ever happened to anybody else? You received something, you thought it was something else and thought, where's the other thing I ordered? And it was there all along. So I emailed the back and said, I'm so sorry, but I actually have received it last week. I thought it, and I explained why I thought it was really chocolate liqueurs, and they had a good laugh. They said we thought that was really funny. Oh gosh, well it was. can't believe I just didn't even think to open it. But then again, it's something that I didn't like, so of course I wasn't going to open it. And to be honest with you, I was actually looking at this box thinking, is this a re-gift? Because the box looks a bit tatty. And if I'd have bothered to open it, of course it looks a bit tatty because originally it was opened to put something else in it. Oh, God. I don't know. Oh, that's it, I'm done. Right, I'm going to go now. I hope you have a good week, and I'll show you this almost scarf when I've finished it. And what else am I going to do? I can't. Oh yeah, I'll show you the other thing when I finish that. After I've posted it to the person. Right, take care, have a good weekend. Bye bye.